Hi Year 6, this is your science lesson for Monday the 22nd of February. Now I've been thinking about light. I want to think about something really fascinating that happens when light is travelling, when it travels and it comes to a different medium, we call it. So when it's passing through something different, something very different happens to it. So let's have a look at what I'm talking about. So the aim of this lesson is to investigate how refraction changes the direction in which light travels, which you saw from that picture at the beginning. So to be successful, you'll be able to understand how light is refracted. You can investigate the effects of refraction, and you can understand the way that refraction alters the direction of light. So we already know that light travels in straight lines. We already know that it can travel through water, it can travel through air, it can even travel through a vacuum. But what happens when it goes from one of these to another? What happens? Oh, let's have a look at this. So you might have seen this before, and if you haven't, try this at home. Put a straw or a pencil or something that you'll be able to investigate this into a glass of water. And this photo shows you the effect that is created when light is refracted. So what do you think is happening? Just pause the video, have a think for a moment, maybe talk to somebody at home. I've got 4 different points of view here. So this is children's different thoughts about why the straw looks broken. Who do you agree with and why? So first of all, we've got someone who thinks the water has bent the straw, so it looks like it is broken. Okay, so do you agree with her? Then we've got someone who thinks light travels at different speeds through water and through glass, making the ray of light bend. This makes the straw look bent or broken. The light can't travel through the glass properly, so the ray of light is broken. This makes the straw look broken. Okay, and the last one, the straw is opaque. The glass is transparent, which causes the light to be twisted, making the straw look bent and broken. So who do you agree with? Pause the video for a moment. You can talk to somebody in your house, fantastic. Which person do you think is correct? Okay, so I'll put the link to this video, and that tells you all about what refraction is. And while you're watching it, think about what happens when light travels from air to another transparent material, such as glass or plastic or water, okay, and what happens to it. So I'll put the link to the video for you to watch that tells us all about what refraction is. So this shows you what can happen sometimes. You must have seen this type of thing happen. Something looking so different underwater, and it's because light waves travel at a different speed when they go through other transparent materials such as water or glass. This causes the rays of light to change direction and bend. This is known as refraction. So it's to do with light going from travelling through air to light travelling through water or through glass, and it makes the rays of light travel at a different speed, causing them to bend, and it causes these funny sort of optical illusions. Light bends when it travels between air and water or glass. Objects seen through these materials can look bent or distorted. And you can try this at home. So have a go, and I've got a picture there of what happens when you put a pencil into a glass of water, how it can look. I want you to draw a horizontal arrow on a small piece of paper and then hold the piece of paper behind a glass filled with water. Before you do it, I want you to try and predict what you think will happen. Then once you've tried it, I want to describe your observations, and then was your prediction accurate? Can you explain what has happened and why? Something else that you can do, hopefully these should be fun, if you get a piece of paper and if you draw a picture on it, it can be a smiley face or a star or anything that you fancy really, maybe a house or a flower, and then place an empty glass over the top of the picture and look at your image through the side of the glass. What happens? Now, while you're still looking at your picture, slowly fill the glass with water. When the glass is full, you should cover the top of the glass with a saucer. What do you think will happen? What I want you to do is draw pictures of what has happened, write down your observations, and then what has this taught you about refraction? So what can you see happening with the rays of light? Where can you see these rays of light actually bending? And what I'd like you to do before you do any of these experiments is to watch the videos that I'll put in the links, because because this will give you much more of an idea of what I'm talking about. And it's absolutely fascinating, Year 6. I hope you find it as interesting as I do. I look forward to hearing what you discover. Okay, good luck. I put the pencil in, see what happens. You just tilt it over to one side a little bit. Wow. Okay, pull the pencil out. Now can you hold the arrow? Get the arrow. Show the arrow. Which direction it's pointing in. Okay, and now put it behind the glass of water. Wow, do it again. Wow.